Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel Learn Math with Syed Ali. So we will be continuing our topic of transformation on y is equals to x square, and we have learned in the previous two videos the following facts. The vertical stretch of a graph measures the stretching or shrinking factor in the vertical direction. So, for example, if a function is increased by 3 times as fast as its parent's function, it has a stretch factor of 3. So, stretch factor, and we did that. How to recognize that? If a, the absolute value of a, the coefficient of x square is a, right? So, a is greater than 1, graph appears to become narrow, or it is called vertical stretch. And if a, absolute value of a, is less than 1, graph appears to be wider, it's a vertical compression. We will practice today to identify transformation on y is equals to x square that gives the function, certain function, right? So the question is, identify transformation. On y is equals to x square. What to give? To give, let's say, y is equals to minus half x minus 2 whole square minus 1. And to which we have to compare? We have to compare y is equals to a times x minus h whole square plus k. This is what we need to always remember. So we have to compare, and what we have to do, identify transformation of y is equals to x square to give y is equals to minus half times x minus 2 whole square minus 1. This is what we need to identify. Okay, so first of all, a, we have to see the a, value of a. So value of a is negative, right? So we write value of a is negative. What does it mean? We learned that if value of a is negative, which is negative sign, right? So that means the parabola opens downward. So we say parabola opens downward. So first of all, we learn that if a is positive or a is negative. So if a is positive, open upward. If a is negative, parabola opens downward. So in this case, we say parabola opens downward. Right? Now we have to see that there is a number as well. And what that number? That is value of a. And we are seeing that value of a is half. Right? So value of a is half. That means vertical stretch exists by the factor of half. So vertical, because it is greater than, or it is less than 1, right? So vertical stretch of this function is half. This is my vertical stretch, right? If there is a number present, then the absolute value of that value is a vertical stretch. And then we see that, is there any value of k? Yes, we can see that k is equals to minus 1. And that indicates that k minus 1 means there is a vertical translation. K indicate what? Vertical translation. Vertical translation of minus 1. And then there is a h value. H is horizontal translation. So h value is plus 2. It's always opposite to the sign, right? So if it is x minus 2, that means h value is plus 2, right? Remember, it has to be opposite, right? So x minus 2 means h value is plus 2. So h is equals to 2, indicating us that horizontal translation is plus 2. horizontal translation is +2. And we know that what horizontal translation +2 means. It travels 2 units to the right on the x-axis. What translation? Vertical translation of -1. So the parabola as compared to y is equals to x squared travels 1 unit downward, right? So that in that case, we discuss all of the values which we learned. The value of a, the value of k, and the value of h. Another form of the question is finding equation. Let's see another question. Finding equation of the image of y is equals to x square, right? When the following transformations are performed. When following transformation are performed. So what transformations are performed? And now we have to see that what those translations or transformations means, right? So what he's saying, question is saying that vertical stretch by a factor of 3, vertical stretch by a factor of 3. 2. Vertical translation up by 5 unit. Vertical translation up by 5 unit. Horizontal translation left by 4 unit. The image is not reflected in the x-axis. Now we have to recognize the equation. Finding the equation of the image of y is equals to x square when the following transformation are performed. So what is given? Vertical stretch by a factor of 3. Vertical stretch by a factor of 3 means, what does it gives us? Is a value of a, right? So the first bullet is telling us that this is the value of a. So a is equals to 3, right? Then vertical translation up by 5 unit. Translation up by 5 unit is telling us that k is equals to 5, right? So you read and then you write because you know now the definitions, right? Horizontal translation left by 4 unit. So horizontal translation is h, right? So h is -4 is left, right? The image is not reflected in x-axis means that it is a positive sign. It has no negative sign. So now we can develop the equation. The equation of the image of y is equals to x square with these parameters which we recognize from the given facts will be y is equals to 3 x plus 4 whole square plus 5. This is your answer. And you can recognize what you learn now, right? So everything is clear here that you need to know the positivity or the negativity of this a which determines the parabola opens up or down. So you determine here, negative sign tells you that it is a negative a, so opens downward. This parabola will open downward, right? And then absolute value of a tells you the stretch of this function, right? So the stretch of this function is half, and half means you can see that it is less than 1. So graph appears to be wider. It's a vertical compression. You can explain it further. And then k value determines that how it travels on the y-axis. So vertical translation is -1. Vertical translation is -1. So it moves down by 1 unit. H value is +2, which tells you the horizontal translation. Horizontal translation is always on x-axis, and horizontal translation is +2. So it goes +2 on the x-axis. So this way, two types of the question are being asked. Identify the transformation on y is equals to x square. So, and the second type of the question is finding the equation of the image of y is equals to x square when the following transformations are performed. So when the transformations are performed, you need to see that what is your value of a, what is your value of k, what is your value of h, because you need to figure out how you can write your equation in terms of y is equals to a times x minus h whole square plus k. This is your vertex form, where hk is the vertex. H represents the x coordinate of the vertex and k represents the y coordinate of the vertex. So hope you like the video, and if you like it, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon button to receive another video. Thank you for watching.